Excuse me. Yes. Sorry, there is a disturbance a little bit in the background. Okay. If the learners visit the beehive, beekeeping arrangements nearby, and they will know the practicals. They will experience uh, the activities of bees, and so that the theory will also be more effective, and they will be able to grasp more. Mm. Early in the morning, even just when the sun rises from 6 o'clock or 6:15, the bee activity starts. The peak activities will be seen from 7 a.m. To 9 a.m. Mm. And you can also observe the individual honeybee workers. Also, if the colony is seen, you will get the if you get a chance to see the colony, you can see male bees, that is drones, as well as queens also. So you have to observe it in first hand. And if you visit any apiary, that is a beekeeper, the arrangement of beekeeping is called as an apiary, where many number of bee boxes are kept, beehives are kept and reared. And if you have to visit the apiary and to know the different tools used in the equipments used for beekeeping. Also, bee structure of workers, drones, and queens also you can observe, as well as the foraging behavior of bees. Also, you can know by that. Foraging behavior means collection of food, that is pollen grains, nectar from flowers, as well as resins and water. These are the things bees collect from the field. And these things you can observe. Even if you can't get any apiary, in the wild, Lepis serena and Lepis dorsata bees are present usually. Also, Trigona species, the stingless bees are present. In few locations, Apis florea, that is little bee, is also present, which is nested on twig. These bees you can observe in the wild also. Any undisturbed places or any cropped area where the flowers are found, you can, if you observe in the early morning hours from 7 a.m. 8 a.m., by that time you will be able to observe the bee activity in that area. Bees always, if they start collecting from one species of flower, they continuously feed on one species. That is called as bee fidelity. That helps in cross pollination of crops, and in higher yield, which is the major benefit of honeybees. I will know about different equipments of used in beekeeping. And also a few things how the beekeeping evolved. Beekeeping is the maintenance of honeybee colonies, commonly in hives, by human beings. That happens usually in the wild, and that is domesticated by human beings. How we manage the honeybee hives, that is called as beekeeping. for the benefit of human beings for pollination purpose.
Deepak
And
sir, sir, make it full screen, sir.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Is this okay,
Yes, sir.
madam?
Yeah. Now visible, sir.
Human gets benefits. One is major benefit is pollination of the crops in the cultivated land, as well as different products from honey. Honeybees are honey, bee wax, bee venom, resins, royal jelly. These are the major products of honeybees. And it is known that around human beings are co-evolved with beekeeping from around 8,000 years earlier, that is from 6,000 BC. The earlier records found was in the country of Spain, where the caves of human, excuse me, where the caves of human habitats have the paintings of beekeeping, related to beekeeping. And these are the different types of hives used during the early days. That is, wood logs were used. That is called as log hive. Wicker hive, that is made up of bamboo. And different wood logs and pots, earthen pots are used. Even today in village side, the earthen pots are used. In earlier days, they used these kind of structures as a beehive. This is called as palm leaf basket hive. Different types of hives were evolved and standardized time to time. This is called as top bar hive. These different types of hives are even today stored and maintained at in beekeeping apiculture department in University of Agricultural Sciences, Bangalore, in Karnataka. This is called as top bar hive. And these top bar hive were used for cultivation of Apis mellifera, that is European bee species. And a different kind of hive. This is first one is the wall hive, where the human habitats within the hives were concealed inside the walls of human habitat, that is their houses. From external, only one single opening for movement of bees were found, and there were no chance of robbing or anything. They can extract the honey from inner side of the wall, from inside the house. That is called as wall hive. And Longstar's the movable frame hive was the second in picture you are seeing that. This was one of the revolution, because it was very easy for management of bees in these kind of movable frames, in hives of these kind of movable frames. And for all these different kinds of bees, bee boxes, the common factor which was required was bee space. You may be asked about this. Bee space is the space required for that species between two combs. Between two combs, a bee must walk very freely and even moving its wings. So in Apis mellifera, the bee space will be 9 millimeter, and with respect to Apis serrana indica, Indian bee, that will be 7 millimeter. And this space must be maintained in all the kinds of boxes they develop, and that is standardized. That is between two frames. After construction of comb, the 7 mm in respect to with respect to Apis serena indica Indian bee, and 9 mm with respect to Apis mellifera European bee. That is maintained. Yeah, that same thing is given here. The space between two frames after construction of comb, that is called as bee space. And this is the pictorial representation of a bee box, different parts of bee box. A bee box consists of, I think, as a whole, you have to view it first. Yeah, this is a bee box, a modern beehive box. This is a standardized box for European bee, that is Italian bee, Apis mellifera. And these different parts are mentioned in this picture. Here, the top one is called as the top cover. That is which helps in protection from rain and sun rays directly. In between, and the second you are seeing is the super chamber, or else we can call it as honey chamber, because only honey is stored in that chamber. And between these top cover and super chamber, that is where the honey is stored, we can also have an inner cover where the contact between top cover and super chamber is that can be that is used for during maintenance, where the bees to avoid the bees flying out of the hive. Another layer is will also be can also be used as inner cover after the top cover. And the next one is brood chamber, where different different stages of honeybees are reared inside the brood chamber, which is the larger chamber. That consists of eggs, cells with eggs, larva, pupa, and pupa will be emerge into adult, and the same cells will be cleaned out, and also can be used. Top layers will be used for storage of pollen grains, and for storage of honey, the above chamber, which is super chamber, is used for storage of honey. And between these two chambers, that is super chamber and brood chamber, there we can also include a layer called as a queen excluder. The queen excluder is used because to avoid movement of queen from this brood chamber to super chamber. Because if the queen moves to super chamber, it may also lay eggs in the super chamber, where super chamber is meant only for collection of honey. So to avoid egg laying in super chamber, a layer of aluminum sheet or something, a gate-like structure where only workers can pass through and queen cannot pass. That size of mesh is taken. A standardized sheet will be there. That is used as queen excluder and placed in between this brood chamber and super chamber. And the lower part is called as bottom board, where all the debris are fallen there, and we have to clean out all the debris on daily basis or weekly twice, or very frequently, as and when the debris are collected in the bottom chamber. Otherwise, it may lead to infection and destruction of the whole colony. So in this picture, they have given the size of different parts, which is ISI A type beehive. This is the standard beehive used for Apis serena indica in India. And these are the picture of frames used in the first one you can see is of brood chamber. And the second one you can see is of less height, that is used in super chamber. And the lower parts you can see that inner cover, what I told, that is used after the top cover on the top. And the next last one you can see is the wooden gate where the movement of worker bees are allowed. And other one is there, another queen gate is there. You can, queen gate is also used in the times where there is chances of escape of queen bee. During high honey flow period, that is availability of a very good food source, the queen bee doesn't try to move away from the colony. It always try to reproduce more and build the colony, strengthen the colony. In that time, we doesn't need any queen gate. You can see the same thing in this. Outer cover on the top, inner cover next to that. Next one is super chamber, where only honey is collected. You can also call it as honey chamber. The next one is brood chamber. It is given as a hive body in this picture. And the last one is bottom board. And the lower part you can see in this picture is the hive stand. Different kinds of stands are used for the purpose to avoid from the pests like ants and other insects. And in the picture, what you are seeing is the smoker. On the left, it is a leather is used for use, and a spring is attached inside. That is the blower, and the cylindrical portion is it contains it can be opened from the top, and we should put some cloth or any dry leaves or twigs inside that, and that is burnt and fired, and that produces smoke, and that smoke is used during hive activities. This smoke reduces the aggression of the worker bees so that it doesn't sting during operating with the hive. And when the smoke is produced around the colony, the worker bees calms down and thinks that there is a natural fire, so that its natural behavior will be changed. It doesn't sting in that situation. And even more smoke also must not be used, so that the bees may think of swarming, that is leaving the colony from there and nesting in the new place. So the smoke must be used very minimal, so that it only serves the purpose. On the left, you are seeing the comb foundation sheet. You have seen the bee comb in yesterday's PPT, where the different activities are taken up, like rearing of their young ones, egg, larva, pupa are found, and also pollen grains and honey are stored. These comb cells, combs are built upon a structure called as comb foundation sheet. If we introduce these comb foundation sheet, it will be easy for honeybees to build the nest, and most of the energy is conserved, which otherwise would have been spent for construction of this comb foundation. So that energy now will be utilized for honey production. And on the right, you are seeing a person with a cap that is called as bee veil, which excludes, means prevents honeybees from biting on to the face region or head region, and also gloves, uh, which prevents from stings of the bee. And also the whole body must be covered with suitable um, clothing or some coat-like material, which prevents bee stings entering into our body. And the last one you are seeing at the bottom is the honey extractor, where the bee frames are taken and caps which are sealed, which contains honey, are opened using a knife. I'll show it in the next slide. And those are placed in this honey extractor. And by centrifugal force, by mechanically, when we turn the um, honey extractor, the honey is extracted from that super frame, and collected on the bottom of the extractor, and that can be filtered later. This is called as a bee suit, where a bee veil and whole suit is used. This is very commonly used in developed countries, that is European and American countries, also in Australia. These are different equipments. You have seen already the bee box, which contains of top cover, super chamber and brood chamber and bottom board. And this large box is of Apis mellifera, and the next box is of Apis indica, and the last one, which is small, is used for a hiving purpose. That is, the bees from the wild, especially in Indian conditions, the wild bees which we collect is Apis serena indica. That is Apis serena indica, okay, Indian bee. That is collected from the wild using this small bee box, which contains only 4 frames in it. That is used temporarily for less than 1 day to keep that, and that will be transferred into a bee box, larger bee box later. The whole frame will be transferred to the bee box. So the first picture now we are seeing is the bee stand on which the bee box is placed. In the middle of the stand, you are seeing a plate-like structure where water or any petroleum oil is used to exclude the box from ants. And these are the different equipments. The mesh-like structure, what you are seeing is queen excluder, which is placed between super chamber and brood chamber. And this is the veil. Sorry. Okay. I think everybody are able to follow me. And a bottle is for collection of honey. Next to this bottle, we have 2 structures that is used as feeders in the hive, where in off season, bees doesn't get flowers for nectar and pollen grains. In those season, especially in Western Ghats of Karnataka and Maharashtra, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Eastern Ghats of Tamil Nadu, in heavy rains, there will be no bloom of flowers usually, and that is considered as off season in these southern Indian conditions. That is dearth period. Any situation where the flower source is not available for bees is called as dearth period. During that period, dearth period, artificially we have to feed the bees with sugar solution, where 50% of sugar solution is prepared. That is, if we take 1 kg of sugar with 2 liters of water. For 2 liters, you have to add 1 kg of sugar and boil it and to sterilize it, and later you can use this for many days. These feeders also can be used. Otherwise, you can keep a plate bowl-like structure on the super chamber or on the brood chamber, and close the top cover. And you have to give some support like sticks or some stones for bees to sit on that and feed the, or else coconut coir is also used so that the bees sit on that and siphon the nectar, siphon the sugar solution as if they are feeding in natural conditions on flowers, as they feed the nectar on natural flowers. And okay, you already know the smoker behind that. And the first equipment what you see here is the first one is pollen excluder, where when the worker bee brings the pollen before entering to the bee box, they have to go pass through the hole that the pollen grains falls out of that, and bees enters only with the honey what it has been collected, nectar what has been collected. This can be done only for half an hour or 1 hour per session, only maximum up to 2 times daily. Otherwise, the bees may get confused. Only one time they may agree this kind of behavior. Otherwise, they may lose the interest of foraging. We can collect the pollen grains are collected at the bottom of this pollen collector. In front of the pollen collector, you can see the different mesh-like structure, that is queen excluder or queen gate. A queen gate that is placed in front of the box in the gate-like structure. And these equipments are available in bee cooperative societies, state KVIC, that is Khadi Village Industries, this one, or Indian KVIC. And in Karnataka, we have, it's available in Bangalore GKVK, Gandhi Krishi Vignana Kendra, US, University of Agricultural Sciences. And there are many private manufacturers who supply these equipments. And the major landmark discoveries in beekeeping is mentioned in this table. Movable frames, frame hive by Lawnstrong, LL Lawnstrong from USA in the year 1851. This was one of the major discovery. And Comb foundation sheet was discovered by German scientist J. Mehring in 1857. And centrifugal honey extractor. After the honey is collected in the hive, in the comb, I have shown the honey extractor in the earlier picture. That was invented during the year 1865, and smoker in 1875. Queen rearing, it was introduced in invented in 1889. Queen rearing is a different concept where we can artificially rear the queens. Any individual egg laid by the queen, which is female egg, can be converted into a queen, where artificially we can increase the number of queens as many as we required, and a few worker bees are separated, and with each queen we can make a new colony. And the hives taken for crop pollination, that is migratory beekeeping, is a new concept emerging from a few decades, where bee hives or bee boxes are taken to different locations and placed there where the more flowers are available for next few days or next few months. Usually for 2 to 3 months, they will keep in one location. identifying the location for food availability for next season. And after the food source is over or the crop is over in that season, they will shift to the other location where the food source is available. Like example, in plain region, during the rainy season, there will be flowering of different uh, field crops or sunflower or such kind of crops. In the same duration, in hilly zones, there will not be any food source. After that rainy season, flower will be available in hilly zones. So in such manner, wherever the flower is available, they will keep shifting the hives. That is called as migratory beekeeping. And it is the most profitable way for beekeeping. And instrumental insemination, that is which artificially bee breeding was taken up. As we see different breeds of cow or hen or any other species, bees were also bred initially to get high yield colonies. So that for that different instruments were introduced or invented. That was done during the year 1926 by Watson, L.R. Watson. Okay, thank you. If you have any queries regarding bee equipment. And there are few more equipments which I couldn't show in this PowerPoint presentation. That is usually used during queen bee rearing. That is queen cells, artificial queen cells are there. Separate frames are there for queen rearing. And queen excluder is one equipment, a matchbox sized structure where queen bees can be collected and kept separately during hiving or such processes whenever required. I think students must go to the field, observe the activities of bees, and if you get any apiary nearby, that will be very good source for you to study. Only if you observe that practically, you will be able to catch the theoretical classes and observe the essence in the study material. If you read once completely, that may not be understood by everybody. Only one who is involved in beekeeping can understand the true meaning of the theory given in the textbooks. Text given. So, okay. Shall I continue, madam? Okay. Are you all able to follow me, learners? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I think I will continue. As an introductory part, beehiving will know more about beehiving. That is, beehives are identified from the wild, and they are transferred to the bee boxes. One thing, most important thing here is challenging one is to locate the hive, where the hive is present. And so you have to know the different locations where the hive are present. Naturally, in Indian conditions, only Apis cerana indica are found in the wild, and you can transfer these hives into the your bee box. So in the wooden halo, that is this one structures on the old trees, or in covered keys, in earthen pots, or in termite nests. These nests are found in pipes. This is an earthen termite nest. A few times on trees also. During swarming in very rare conditions, for only few days, these kind of nests are also found in Apis cerana. Openly they nest in on trees and in on buildings like this for only 2 or 3 days, temporarily, before getting their when the colony is in search of a new location. Temporarily they accumulate like this. These can also be collected and transferred to our bee box. We can see the different steps followed. See, these bee boxes contains of these frames. Frames of brood chamber must be collected, used for hiving, not the super chamber. Super chambers, they are meant only for collection of honey. Only after the establishment of this brood chamber, then only super chamber can be used after 1 or 2 months. See, in this manner, you have to tie remove the hive from the wild and tie this in this manner to the frame. For tying this, we have to avoid using plastic threads. We can use natural fibers like banana or any other fiber, which later these bees, after unition of this comb to the frame by bees, bees only later can cut off these threads, and that will be fallen on the bottom board, which we can clean it later. Otherwise, if we use plastic threads, that must be removed by the beekeeper in the right time, maybe after 4 or 5 days of hiving. And like this, all the available combs were are tied to the frames available in the box, kept inside the box, and later these bees are taken and transferred into the hive. Before doing this, few precautions we have to take care. That is, we have to be very clean. We should not have any very strong odor or pungent like or any strong odor on our body. We should not use any deodorant or any smell. We should be very clean, and our clothes must also be, whatever we use, the clothes must be very clean. And our movement must not be very swift, so that the bees may think that somebody is attacking us and they may sting. Our movement must be very, very, very slow during these operations. And if required, we may use smoker to calm down the stinging behavior of honeybees. Later, See, on the brood chamber, there is a cloth covered on the top. Temporarily, we can use our kerchief or any towel-like structure for covering the top, which must be very clean. Doesn't contain any odor. And after we transfer few number of or some half uh, strength of colony into the hive, into the box, if the queen is transferred into the box, automatically, naturally, all the remaining worker bees get into the box in next 15 or 20 minutes. Naturally, they move into the box. And after transferring completely, we must leave the box in the same place till the sun sets in that day. Usually, hiving will be carried out in the evening hours, so that we may not keep the box for the whole day in the wild. That may be disturbed during the day. If we do it in early morning, the worker bees might have gone for foraging, and if we take that back, few bees may not return to the hive, and we will lose the strength of the colony, which are gone for foraging. They will never get back to the same hive. So during sunset, by sunset time, all the workers which have gone for foraging will come back and settle down in the bee box, so that after sunset we can take the box to our apiary and place it in a safe place on a stand. Yeah, we have seen the different locations where the bee colonies are found in the wild, and that is the bee comb is tied to the frame. The honeybees are transferred, worker bees are transferred. Then later, it is brought to the apiary. Stationary beekeeping is beekeeping, keeping bee boxes in one place all through the year, where in the flowering season, that is called honey flow season, bees get honey naturally, that is nectar and pollen naturally. During the off season, we have to feed the bees with sugar solution, sterile sugar solution. And this is an example for migratory beekeeping. Usually, Apis mellifera indica, the mellifera, that is European bee, is majorly followed with the migratory beekeeping, because this Apis mellifera, that is European bees, require more quantity of flowers that can't be that is not sustainable for stationary beekeeping for these mellifera bees. In Coorg district of Karnataka, they have tried keeping these mellifera bees in stationary beekeeping procedure, but they failed to make it in large number. Only 2 to 3 colonies for experimental purpose they are able to survive in even for long time. And they have introduced a large number of bees, and they were failed due to stationary beekeeping and lack of food source during the rainy season and other off seasons. And this Apis mellifera is highly successful only if you do it with migratory beekeeping. Migrate the bee boxes to the according to the season where the food is more available in plenty. Yeah, in migratory beekeeping as well as in stationary beekeeping, these bees must be seen for different pests and diseases and health of the colony. This monitoring activity must be carried out on daily basis, or else at least 2 to 3 days once. These bees' health must be monitored. Okay, I'm using a other resource person's PowerPoint presentation for presenting this bee forage plants. Now you know what is bee foraging mean. Why these are required? To ensure the bee forage resource throughout the year. That is, bee forage plants must be, if you are doing any stationary beekeeping, these forage plants ensure food source throughout the year. That is, we have to plant different species of plants, tree plants, usually perennial plants, in the vicinity of our apiary beekeeping unit to ensure the availability of food source flowers throughout the year. Different species of flowers will have a flowering period in different seasons of the year. This must be utilized for planning the planting of bee forage plants. And different bee forage plants which produce high nectar, that is a soapnut plant, and bamboo flowers, strobilanthus. These are very common plants in Western Ghats of South India. Even in Eastern Ghats, that is in Ooty region, these plants are very common. These plants, nectar, means when the huge number of flowers are flowered in one season, when bees collect only nectar from single species of plants, these honey is collected in that season is marketed as honey from that species of flower. So it fetches a very high value in the market as well. And this PPT, we have a different species of flowers, tree species, and flowering season of these plant species, tree species are given with respect to southern Indian conditions and its habitat where it is located. These observations are done in especially Western Ghats and Coorg, Chamarajnagar districts of Karnataka, including northern Western Ghats near to Maharashtra zone and also near to Kerala. Very common species found here are Baine, that is a monocot, a palm. Scientific name is Caryota urens. Caryota urens. In Kannada, it is called as Baine or pain tree. It flowers during January to April. It is found in evergreen forests, also some places in plains. It's very common in evergreen forest, that is in Western Ghats. Its flowering season is from January to April. Regarding this, there will be one question, definitely. There may be question regarding floral calendar. It is one practical activity as well for you. You have to identify the different flowering plants, annual as well as perennial plant species in the vicinity around you, and mention their flowering season, that is flowering months, and you have to plan planting new species. If you need to start any apiary, you have to plan to plant new species which flowers in off season, in the season where naturally these flowering is not observed in natural conditions. So this flowering season is very important. January to April, usually in our South Indian conditions, especially in Western Ghats, and also in plains, this January to April is flowering season for most of the plants. After end of winter, spring season starts, and the flowering, most of the species of plants flowers in this season. I think this is common in North India as well, I think. This is longan. It flowers during March to June. It's a tree, evergreen. It is grown in evergreen and semi-evergreen forests. This is Schefflera. It's a climber, a little bit harder climber, hardy plant. It's a climber, and it flowers during April and May month. And it is a very high nectar yielding plant. This is Ciba pentandra. We call Burga in Kannada. It's a tree, and a kind of silk-like cotton is found in this tree. It is cultivated in the tropics. It flowers during February to June. And Bahunia purpurea, Basavanapada we call it in Kannada. It's a small tree flowering during September to February. These kind of off-season plants must be noted, and these can be planted for successful apiary, which yields flower in the off-season in September to February. This is found in evergreen, lowland rain forests, dry deciduous forests to swamp forest on various soil. Almost in all locations it is found. And Cassia fistula, this is also a tree, yields a large number of flowers, flowering in April to June month, and it is found in grown in wild on hills up to 1,400 meters in dry deciduous forests. I think it must be found in Himalayan regions as well. In Garcinia gamigutta, Uppuge, Garcinia species, different Garcinia species are very good nectar and pollen suppliers for honeybees. Garcinia species is very natural in Western Ghats. These flowers during January to March, and few species flowers till up to May. And Onla in Kannada we call it as Nelly. Philanthus embolica. It is very popular crop. You must be knowing. Used in Ayurvedic medicines. This flowers during March, April, and May month. It can be grown in dry regions. It is not suitable for hilly zones, that is Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats, or in Himalayan regions. It is suitable for mostly in dry regions. And Dalbergia, that is rosewood. It's also found in Western Ghats. It's very common species. It flowers during January to March. Pongemia, we call it honge in Kannada. Pongemia pinnata. It flowers during April to June. It's found in deciduous mangroves forest, also planted as avenue trees. In most of the avenue, in the cities also, it is planted as avenue trees. It yields very high flower and nectar. And honne is another tree, Pterocarpus species, and it flowers from June to October. This is one plant to be noted, which flowers in from June to October, where other plants are very rarely flowers very rarely in this duration. Garige, this is a tuna species. This flowers during September and November, and moist deciduous forest is its habitat. Syzygium cumini. Sorry. This is jamun, commonly called as jamun. In Kannada, we call it as nirle. Syzygium cumini. We have different species, different varieties in this. This is it yields a very high number of flowers and very good source of nectar. It flowers during March, April, and also continues till May and June month in hilly zones. And also it can be grown in all over India, in damp, moist localities, along streams, and in low-lying marshy areas also. In plains and hilly zones, everywhere it can be grown. Sapendus, that is Antuvala, we call it in Kannada. It's also used in Ayurvedic for hair remedies. Flowering season is from November to March. In winter also it flowers, November to March. And this is one of the important species which should be planted for an apiary. It is grown in dry deciduous forest and margin of grasslands. And this is another species. It is commonly called as kumkum. It's a forest species grown in wild, in semi-evergreen, moist deciduous forest, also in the plains. It flowers during February, March, and April month in the summer. Vitex species is another one. Flowers during March to July. And this is another one which is grown along banks of streams in evergreen and shoal forest, that is in Western Ghats. Eulocorpus tuberculatus. And this is drumstick Moringa olerifera. It can also be cultivated. It attracts, it's a very good source of nectar as well as pollen. It flowers in different seasons. It's given from April to May, but it depends how we plan its flowering. We can prune it, and after 45 days after new shoot arises, it flowers. So it usually flowers after winter, from maybe from February, March, April, May months, and also in September, October months. It is grown in semi-arid, tropical, and subtropical region in plains. Ferra, it is called as Nagasampige, a local name. Um, it flowers during February to April. It's a tropical. It is grown in tropical, wet evergreen and semi-evergreen forests. And we have different species of plants like this. Albizia lebec, flowering season. I will share the PPT with Madam, and that will be provided to students. You can refer this. And the different plant species are also given in your textbook. You have to um, see the images of these plant species, and remember the flowering season of these plant species, and which is helpful for making floral calendar. Floral calendar means, with respect to bees, we have to arrange the food source, means make available of food source throughout the year. In every month, some or the other plants must be flowering in the vicinity of the beehive, so that the flowers must be available uh, for forage by bees. So you must know the flowering season of different plant species, which are useful for nectar, which are used as nectar and pollen sources. Cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, even many fruit plants which are not mentioned in this here. Only white plants are mentioned majorly, but most of the fruit plants, including avocado, Syzygium, I told jamon, onla, and many other fruit plants are also a very good source of nectar, and a few are very good source for pollen as well. Terminalia, there are different species in Terminalia. These flower in usually summer seasons. Kadamba tree, Shivani in Kannada. We have to remember the tree species name with respect to their flowering season. If you are starting a stationary beekeeping, these tree species play an important role, so that even in off seasons you may not take up artificial feeding, which is the major expenditure for beekeeping. Feeding sugar artificially, it constitutes, after initial cost, this cost of sugar is the major cost. Mostly around 80% of the cost with respect to stationary beekeeping is because of artificial feeding. I think this was a little bit boring subject. Bee forage plants. You have to move out and see different plant species in your area. Identify the plant species. Know its botanical name and its flowering season. If you want to take beekeeping as a hobby, and you have to continue, if you want to continue, you have to make all these observations. Okay. If anybody have any questions? Sorry. I told about bee fidelity. That is how bees move from one flower to other flower. But even if there is any other if there are any other flowers in between, they move only to the same species of flower. See, you observe that bees move from one flower to other flower only of the same species. But how the butterfly moves is very randomly, whichever near, they go and feed on that. This behavior of honeybee is utilized for breeding purpose as well as very useful for pollination in commercial crops as well. And that is the major contribution of honeybees to the humanity. And many popular personalities like Albert Einstein and Swami Vivekananda have also told that if the bee species on this earth extends, human race are also going to be extinct in very few years, from from 4 to 5 years. Only it takes maximum up to 5 years for extinction of human being species on this earth. That is the importance of honeybees. If anybody have any questions, or anybody want to know more about anything? Yeah, please.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I'm an individual beekeeper.
Yes, sir.
Can I a life member in National Bee? I want to be a life member in National Bee Board.
Okay. I have no. I'm a technical person regarding beekeeping. You can contact. You can get the number of National Bee Board in website, and you can contact the personalities there, and you can inquire regarding that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you just you go through the website of National Bee Board. You'll get the contact number. You just contact them and know more about that.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
If you have any technical questions, want to know more about the course material subjects, you can ask anything.
Deepak sir, completed sir.
Yeah, I have presented a few aspects which I thought today.
Okay sir.
If students want to know about any subject, they can tell me. Just I will try to present on that subject.
Okay sir. Okay sir.
I have presented today about bee equipments, a little bit about history and hiving procedure, and regarding pollination and different forage plants, bee forage plants. If anybody want to see pictures of anything means regarding pests of honeybees, or else again dance languages. I think I have spoken about that. If I can continue, madam.
Yes, sir, you can continue, sir.
Okay, we have slides of pests of honeybees. Actually, it is not my topic. It doesn't comes in introduction. I think it will be helpful for students. Yes, somebody have raised their hands, I think. Jaypal. Yeah, one more interesting topic is swarming behavior. I think um, swarming. Shall I continue, madam? Yeah, bee swarming is a natural process. Actually, it usually for the purpose of reproduction in yearly once or twice, honeybees divide into two or more colonies, and the elder queen moves from that colony to a new location, and this happens very naturally. That is how the new colony emerges. That is division of bee colonies takes place. During the swarming, these are the pictures of queen bees. You can see the pictures of queen bees. Several queen cells are formed at the lower margin of the comb in succession. Continuously, you can see here on the comb, lower margin of the comb, you can see 4, 5 is visible properly, and in the middle also there are 2 to 3 cells, queen cells. Totally 8 to 9 cells are formed in one comb with an age difference of 1 or 2 days. The 2 to 3 days before the first daughter queen emerges, the mother queen leaves the nest with about 50 to 60% of bee population. So mother queen, that is earlier mother queen, leaves the colony with around 50% of the worker bee population. And after one bee emerges, it kills remaining bee and takes charge of that colony. This is the natural process happening in the wild. See, this is what we see during the swarming. When the queen bee decides to fly away, due to queen substance, along with that, the remaining around 50% of the worker bee also moves from that location to the new location. Usually the elder workers, that is aged above, say, around 20 days of age, they move to the new location. And these swarm is aggregated temporarily for few hours to few days in such locations, what you can see on a tree or a building or any frond or something like that, twig, for a few hours to few days. When it finds ideal new nest site, it moves to that nest site. During this condition, elder worker bees moves to a different location and go in search of new nest locations. They usually prefer the locations where earlier honeybees have taken up nesting earlier. So usually the swarms, number of swarms, usually it takes place in the nearby locations within 1 kilometer. Usually, maximum up to 2 kilometer is the maximum time. Means most of the time within 1 to 500 meters to 2 kilometers, the swarming takes place. Now this is nuptial flight thing. Yesterday I explained you the drones getting attracted to the virgin queens. After the uh, elder queen, that is the mother queen, leaves the colony, the one which is newly emerged queen, after it attains 5 to 6 days, that is after getting maturity, the drones from the same colony or else from the other colonies, they follow the queen in a flight, which drone is able to fly more will be selected by the queen, and mating is taken place. And I explained this about this yesterday. The mating takes place. That is, mating takes place in a nuptial flight in air. After mating, the drone, that is male bee dries, and the queen receives the semen from the male, that is drone, and stores it in spermatheca of the female abdomen, that is queen abdomen. Yeah, queen cells, new queen cells are formed during different time. That is one during natural swarming processes, or else second one is during emergency where the queen cells uh, face any natural disaster. They may die or they may be injured. Or else in other condition where the queens will be aged, that is called a supersedure. When the queens are aged and unable to lay, productivity of the queen is reduced, and they are laying very less number of eggs, and their performance is reduced. At that time, worker bees decide to rise a new queen cell, and uh, more efficient queen for the colony. Okay, during before swarming or just during swarming, this kind of nest you can see in more number of queen cells are seen on the comb. During supersedure means when the worker bees identifies that uh, the queen bee is not operating to its to the mark, that is queen substance is reduced by the time, egg laying capacity is reduced. By the time the worker bees decide to supersedure the old queen with the new queen. They decide to raise the new queen, and the earlier eggs laid by the queen is converted to the means the same worker cell is converted to as the queen cells. This is how it looks. The queen cell looks during supersedure. It is found even in the middle of the comb as well. This is during natural swarming. This is during supersedure, and during emergency time also they produces queen cells in between the comb in the middle of the comb as well. Okay, thank you everyone. If anybody have any questions?
Sir, that beekeeping enemies related.
Okay.
Sir, can you have any pictures for wax moth egg laying, wax moth depositing egg in the bottom border? Any pictures you have, sir?
Just I'm trying to open it. It's not opening. Please wait.
Sir.
Yes. I don't think we have all the pictures. I will show whatever the pictures we have.
Okay, sir.
You can see the wax moth. There are
Yes,
two
sir.
kinds of wax moth actually. Lesser wax moth and greater wax moth, which are one is in small size and other one is of large size. The larva will be of large size. They have similar damage. They feed on wax moth. They lay eggs on the wax, and after hatching, the larva of the moth starts feeding the wax of the comb. Best remedy is that we have to avoid the openings, unnecessary openings in the beehive, as a bee box. Wherever the openings are there unnecessary, we have to close it. And if there is only one opening, bees will be able to defend the enemies from that opening. So the incidence of wax moth will be reduced. And we should not keep the bee box open for a long time. And if the health of the colony is good, the number of workers are in large number, usually the wax moth incidence doesn't happen. Because the wax, the comb will not be exposed anywhere. If the strength of the colony is very less, unnecessary combs in the bee box must be removed. If their strength is only for four combs, we have to leave only 4 combs in that box. Remaining things we can remove. No empty combs must be retained in the box because it acts as a breeding ground for the wax moth and other pests. Yeah, this is of the severe incidence of wax moth in earlier stages. You can see the larva of wax moth in this picture, adult and larva. Severe incidence of wax moth. And this is the wasp. In Kannada, we call it Kadaja. Wasp which eats the larva and adult of the honeybee. Weaker the colony, these wasps are able to attack these honeybees and bring those honeybees to its nest and feed to their young ones, that is larva of these wasps. Also, this adult eats the honeybees, adult and as well as larva. And these wasp must be identified. We have to follow the wasp, means there are different methods to watch the wasp. You can, if it is available visually, you can monitor, go around the apiary, see for these wasp nests. Usually these are located on the trees. Most probably they will be located on the high altitude of trees. These must be destroyed completely by burning the colony, or else poison are also used, fumigants are also used, or else you can, if it is possible, you can cover it completely and destroy it. But you should take care of your safety while attending these operations. And there are different birds which are attacking the honeybees, which eats the adult honeybees during their flight. While honeybees go for foraging, they may become the victim of these birds. honeybees go for foraging on flowers. These birds sit nearby and watch for the honeybees and pick as many honeybees as possible. Sometimes these birds may come near to our beehive, and may also feed on the worker bees within our apiary. So we have, if you are making a commercial apiary, we have to take care of these birds also. Net must be either permanent structure iron mesh, or else plastic net may be put around the apiary. One apiary may contain some 20 boxes or 30 boxes, 50 boxes. It may be placed in some 30, 40 or 50, 60, some in that location, feet. In that small location, you can keep such number of some 20 to 50 boxes in one location. These boxes must be kept facing different directions, so that the bees may not get confused with their nest. Bee from one hive is not received by the other hive unless the bee brings forage from outside. It should bring either pollen or nectar from outside. Unless that, that worker bee is not accepted by any other nest. Only to its nest it has to go back. If it doesn't have any forage, that will not be accepted, and that may be killed by other worker bees, other nest worker bees. So the bee box, what you keep, that must each box must face different direction, and minimum of some 6 feet, 5 to 6 feet, minimum of 5 to 6 feet must be maintained. Usually, ideally, we maintain some 10 feet distance from one box to other box, and the neighboring box must face the other direction. It must not be kept means facing the same direction. It must not be kept facing the same direction. The opening of the bee box, front means what, the gate of the bee box must face different directions. The different species of birds which attack the honeybees. I think I have presented whatever I want to present today. If anybody have any questions? Madam?
Sir, students, if you have any questions, you can interact with sir. Otherwise, we will close the session. Any
I think
question?
students now in the evening after in this time, especially during 4:30 to 5:30, there will be some bee activities, and during in the morning from 7 to 8 a.m. I think everyone has to participate. Go around your home or wherever you stay, observe the flowering plants, identify the flowering plants now, and you may visit it in the morning. Definitely will observe honeybee activities, maybe Apis dorsata or Apis serena indica. If you have any apiary, you may find Apis mellifera as well. Otherwise, Apis, this one, little bee may also be found in some such conditions. Most probably, we will find Apis serena indica, and another one is Apis dorsata. You may find that. I want you all to observe in the morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. the foraging activity of the honeybees. How honeybees collect nectar and pollen from the flower. Please, madam.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So the opening, it is said that the entrance of the beehive should be facing east, so that they are in sync with the sunlight, so the sunrise, and
You,
hence go for the foraging at the right time. Is that true?
yes, yes. It is very good that beehive opening must be faced east. But in case of if you maintain large number of boxes, it can't be maintained. But you can. It should not be faced uh, the union. This one. It's okay, but you have to maintain. Means during direct sunlight must not be. It must be avoided. Bee apiary, you must keep it under a tree like that in some shaded condition. If it is faced east, that is most preferred. Yes, it is true.
Okay,
And
sir.
you can face it to other directions as well, no problem.
Okay. So second question, sir, like I bought a hive and foundation combs for like broods a month
Which
ago, and I kept 6 frames. Slowly, all of them go away or like die, and they gather towards the edge near the feeder, sugar syrup. What that indicates, sir? It indicates any
artificially with sugar syrup.
yeah. So the other 3 gets emptied. The number of bees also go down after 1 week. This happened thrice, and finally it becomes 0. I have to replace and again get another.
These are the challenges. There are many factors which affect the survival of honeybees after hiving. When you identify or else you bring a new colony to your location, the major factors which influence the bee survival is one, uh, food source around where you place it, and second one is the security. Means there must not be any pest around that, ants or any wasp activities around that may lead to escape of honeybees. Leave the place and move to the new location. Um,
So
and
we had
then
a lot of lantana camera around. Is that pollen a good source? Lantana camera?
no, it is very good source for butterflies, but not for honeybees.
I found a
Lantana
lot of
camera,
pollen collected from the lantana camera and stored in the hive cells, sir.
yeah, lantana camera is good for pollen collection, but not for nectar.
Nectar, okay, right.
Nectar is the this vital thing for honeybees. It is the most energy providing this one. Pollen is available usually in plenty with many species, but nectar is most important.
Okay, sir. Okay.
If you have a lot of too much of lantana camera, you try to replace, if it is possible, with some other flowering plants, which may be useful for honeybees.
Okay, sir. So one last question. You said they go in the morning for forage. Do they only return in the evening, or they do multiple sorties from the hive?
They have many trips to be done. If the forage is available in the nearby, that is within 100 meters, as long as the forage is available, they keep on moving. Means once they go, they visit some around 400, 500 flowers, maybe 1,000 flowers, maybe even 100 flowers, depending on the this one nectar and pollen source, until its pollen basket is full, or else until its crop is full.
Oh,
It collects the nectar and or else pollen and returns to the hive. It stores it in the hive, or it passes to the worker bees in the hive, and then again it returns to the work of foraging. Maybe 3, 4, 5, up to 6 trips may be taken in a day. Usually 3 trips will be taken in a day.
so I observed in the evening when they are returning from the forage, and I noticed that many bees don't have any pollen collected. What does this indicate? Though there is a lot of pollen out surrounding the hives, they are not
Uh,
collecting. Does it indicate any disease or something?
No. If it is not collecting pollen, that is interested in collecting either water or nectar.
Oh,
That is the collector. Yeah.
thank
If the pollen is not required that much, means already the storage of pollen is sufficient quantity, these may not be interested in collecting pollen all the time. Yeah, this is what the interaction I expected. I want everyone to involve in such interactions. If they raise questions, it will be more means everybody can understand in practical manner.
Sir, I have one question. Hello.
Yes, sir, please.
Sir, in that honeybee enemy bee bird is there, na sir?
Yes.
When it will be eat the bee, the sting is there with bee. It is injurious to the bird or not, sir?
Bird has the beak,
Ah.
for which it cannot sting. The bee cannot sting its beak. Beak will be hard. It doesn't
Okay.
injure it. It doesn't injure the bird.
Okay, so inside it is engulfed that by the bird. In that inside of the stomach, the bee.
By that time, the beak will be dead. Beak will be dead. After they will hold the bee in the beak by the
Okay,
beak,
sir.
and by that time only the bee will die. Before ingestion, the bee
Okay, sir,
dies.
okay.
After that, they are used to this. These birds are meant for. They are bee eaters actually. They are professionals. They have done this for many generations, for thousands of years. Yeah, one thing earlier, they asked the survival of the hive colony. Yeah, there are many factors. One is the flower source around the. We have to consider this. If you want to become a good beekeeper, you have to buy at least one bee box. You have to hive yourself or with the help of any expert, and you have to keep it in your somewhere wherever you stay, nearby your home or in farm, wherever. And there are many things to be taken care. One thing is its forage, availability of flower source around the bee box, beehive. Okay, and another thing is placing the hive. It must be placed on a stand so that stand or anything which to exclude from ants and other insects, land means through walking insects. And other thing is protection from weather. That is, direct sunlight must not fall on beehive. Too much of direct heating must not happen. And even in cold season and during winds and rains, the protection must be taken care. Some shelter like activities must be taken care. During winter, he said only 4 frames were there. During that time, we have to fill the remaining half of the beehive, bee box, with some cloths or some cotton-like material, or else dummy frames must be kept there. Completely closed frames must be kept, so that the bees can maintain its temperature. Maintaining temperature of the hive is one of the major role. During winter, they warms up with the help of light, and during summer, with the same flight, they helps in ventilation of the worker bees, helps in ventilation so that the temperature is reduced. By means our involvement, these efforts of worker bees will be reduced, and swarming of these colonies chances are also reduced. And other thing is bee enemies, any wasps or any nest around that, or any birds attacking the beehive must be taken care. We can make a mesh-like structure or cage-like structure if we have more than 10 or 20 boxes, or else for birds, or else this wasps should be identified. Wasp nest must be around surrounding the apiary, must be identified, and that must be destroyed. In Japan and American conditions, we have Japan hornet. There is an insect called as hornet. You can find documentaries regarding hornet by National Geographic, and other channels have also made that. That is one of the major pests for European bees in America. That hornet, Japanese hornet, it caused a major devastation of apiary industry in America. Around 40 to 50% of its apiary industry collapsed due to this. And there are few diseases I have to mention. Thai brood sac disease. That is one major disease found in Southeast Asia. And similar type of viral disease were also found in American conditions, to Apis mellifera. These were major reasons for devastation of bee industry in America a few decades ago. And it takes many years for rejuvenation of this bee industry. So in America, Australia, and few other countries, they take up as an industry. These are done in these bee boxes. They keep it in thousands of numbers. One beekeeper, they keep thousands of bee boxes. Even in India, these migratory beekeeping practices is seen in few parts of Karnataka, and many parts of Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, and North Indian conditions. They do this. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. We'll wind up the meeting, sir.
Thank you, madam. Yes, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.